in the game just to get my fatty. And these lazy ain't got competition. It's me versus me, love key talk.
Notification gang, key talk gang, really the same thing. Make sure you hit that like button for me. So, I've been telling y'all that Dallas has been completely wild. And when I say Dallas has been completely wild, it's been shootings all over the place. Not just shootings all over the place. You got 12 getting shot up, 12 getting inside of shootouts. But this go around, it's a little different. It's kind of the same storyline, but a little different because, you know, the police put themselves in danger doing an undercover mission. So, pretty much they was inside, I think they said South Oak Cliff. I'm gonna read the official report later. The police was inside of Oak Cliff, but they were undercover. Now, you know something about being in the hood and being undercover, especially being inside of an unmarked vehicle, which is what they were inside of, right? Listen, you know there's a whole lot of sliding going on. You know that so much sliding is going on that the people that's doing the slide know all the cars on their street, know all the cars in their apartment. It's really to that degree, right? So when it's a unmarked car or a random car just sitting outside of a crib, you know what I'm talking about, you gonna get spotted. So that's pretty much what happened to 12 of them. They're saying that they were sitting outside of a home, just pretty much watching it, probably trying to see people going in there and people coming out just to see if it's like a drug house or something like that. You already know. While that was happening, they say a car drove by kind of like going erratically. That that car that drove by could have just got the call, hey man, it's a car outside just sitting there, man. Go, you know what I'm talking about, go drive by and see who it is. You know what I'm talking about, it could be anybody, could be the ops about to come slide. So the car drives by, and when the car drives by, they say it was erratic. So the unmarked vehicle tries to go and chase the car that was actually driving by. You already know that's a recipe for disaster. Because now let's just say they did get that call. Hey, listen, man, go drive by that car that's outside the crib right now and see what it is. And you drive by them and they start to chase you. So now it look like you about to get ran down. So what do you think the people that was driving erratically in the car past the unmarked undercover police did? They pulled out the gun and got to shooting at the car. So they pulled out the gun, bang, 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 shooting at the car that's actually chasing them. So it's a full shootout now, right? Now, the full shootout actually turned into an officer inside the vehicle actually being hit. You know what I'm talking about? Now, they don't know it's they don't know it's an officer. They probably think it's the ops, but it was an undercover officer that actually happened. I'm going to read the report to y'all, but either way it goes, I think this is just wild. You know what I'm talking about? But I do understand it, and I understand the metrics of it as well, right? I understand it from the 12 point of view trying to view, but I also understand it for the people that shot at the police car, the unmarked police car, because it could have been the ops, and that was for their protection and safety, right? Anyway, so it says Dallas police officers shot during chase, teen suspects arrested, and also all the people that was inside of the car driving erratically that sent off the shots were teens, right? It says, a Dallas police officer is recovering after surgery after being shot overnight Wednesday. Several of the teenage suspects were involved are now in custody. So they pretty much arrested them. And I think they later on they say one of them got away, right? So we're going to see if it's going to be any snitching or something going on. It says, the shooting happened at about 12:15 a.m. when an officer and his fellow Dallas Police Department officers were working an undercover operation in the 3200 block of Easter Avenue in South Oak Cliff. So they definitely inside of Oak Cliff. You know that song, how I go, the Oak Cliff song, right? It's like, Oak Cliff, that's my hood. Put it in your face, get that understood. Southside, really, drug dealer, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so it continues and it says, they spotted a car driving erratically and took off after that vehicle. Someone in a fleeing car fired shots at the unmarked police car, and one round went through the driver's side door, hitting the officer in the hip. So the driver's side door. So the people that drove erratically that sent the shots off at the unmarked car was going for the kill. You know what I'm talking about? They were sending shots directly at the driver's side. So whoever this is chasing us, get them out the way, get them gone. You know what I'm talking about? And that's pretty much what they tried to do. But in this case, it happened to be a police that was just doing a private investigation of it all, right? It continues and it says the officer was taken to the hospital as other officers continued to chase the suspects with help from a police helicopter. They eventually took 5 suspects into custody in a 7200 block of Chesterfield Drive, which is about 7 miles from the initial scene. So obviously they took 12. The cop that got, you know what I'm talking about, hit up, took it to the hospital, but they continued to chase the car. It continues and it says, when I come out and stood on my patio, all you could see was police cars coming, and there was a ton of them, said one woman who did not want to be identified. There was a car in the entrance of the apartment complex, and that car was a blue Camaro, and it was just sitting there, but you could just see where they had bailed out. Urban officer fairly, and then it continues and it says, okay, let's just end it there, right? What happened? They ended up arresting the people that actually did the shooting. One of the people got away, so they said they're still looking for him, right? If they snitch on them, they'll find the other person. If they don't snitch on them, more than likely they won't find it. Right now, within hip hop, within the streets, we do know that there'll be a whole lot of snitching going on. You know what I'm talking about? But in this case, you just never know. Maybe they all gonna be silent and stand on what they done got themselves into. But also, if you shoot an unmarked police car and you don't actually know that it's the police, I wonder what type of charge do you actually get? Like, since you don't know it's police, do you get like the same charge as shooting a cop? Or do they like lower it or something like that? Either way it goes, talking about whoever did the shooting, or maybe they'll put it on all of them, who knows? There's gonna be some type of trouble going on. And then also, it's just wild in Dallas right now. You know, talking about, there's so many shootings going on in Dallas right now. I don't even report on them all, because if I report on them all, literally every video will be that, oh, this shooting just happened in Dallas. This shooting just happened in Dallas. This shooting just happened in Dallas. You know, talking about, because that's just how much it actually happens. But I'm gonna be reporting on all that. I just want to, if it's a story that's kind of like this, that I can see like, whoa, okay, so 12 sitting outside, talking about scoping out, a car drive by, potentially looking at 12, potentially looking at an unmarked police car so they can see, okay, who that is. They try to chase, they try to chase the street, because probably some real killers, they try to chase them in their vehicle in an unmarked car. So that's, like I said, that's a complete recipe for disaster. That's the worst thing you can possibly do. If you had your lights on, then that's a different story. Probably would have just ran from you and not shot at the officer, nothing like that at all. Or maybe they should have just had like a pair of them, lights where they take them out and they just put it on the counterpart of the car or whatever, and then they cut it on. That would have even worked as well. Talking about that, the lights would have had some act right, but, talking about it didn't turn out that way. So, talking about it's good nobody actually died inside the situation. I don't know what charges the people that got arrested will actually get, but it is said they were teenagers. So maybe they're teenagers to the point to where they're under 18 teenagers. So that means that all these charges will be erased off their record anyways, right? And of course, the officer should survive. But this is just an update of what's going on inside the Triple D streets. It's wild and wild and wild. Let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.